All right, guys, we're here at 9902 264th Street Court East in Graham. So we're on 5 acres here. I'll do a separate video of the outside, but after coming in the gate, you drive around the front of the house, and here's the entrance. So we are at 3 beds, 3 1/4 baths, 2798 square feet on 5 acres. So you walk in, you got the stairs to the left here, and we'll go through all those other rooms, and then you got your kitchen and your fireplace, and really nice high ceilings. Love the finishes in here. Like, everything is definitely like super modern. So really nice. So let's go over and take a look at this room over here. It is on a septic, but I feel like there's going to be more than 3 bedrooms, but it must be on a 3-bedroom septic. But you got the large barn door here. This is kind of like a little guest room. So you can put a bed in here. They obviously have it set up as like just like a sitting area. But it's got its own bathroom. So just a half bath. And another separate room over here. They have it kind of set up as an office, but you can see the nice plantation shutters on the windows. Yes, there is the textured paint on the wall, so we're not going to get away from that, but really nice high ceilings. They do have a sprinkler system in this house too, which is one of the nice upgrades. So you see they got it in here as well. So you got your doors looking out to the backyard there, and we'll take a look at everything. You will see that they do have chickens out there, so that's a good thing. Let's take a look at the kitchen. So nice seating area. You got the fireplace, which they do have propane connected to the house. And this black box on here, I think they put it in the supplements. It's an air purification system. So over here we have, this is probably a coat closet. Yep, little coat closet there. And we go into the kitchen. So a nice big island. I mean, you can definitely fit at least 3 here with the stools. They got 2 right now. And then another little small area. You can see they have a small dining area, so you don't have a huge spot for a dining room table, but got a little mini freezer there, or cool refrigerator there. Double ovens, fridge, really nice appliances. So they have an electric cooktop, but with the propane, you could definitely convert that. So really nice finishes here. That overlooks the backyard. They got a hot tub out there. So let's take a look over here. So we got a nice walk-in pantry. So it's really nice in here. So they got their safe in here. I got a nice little storage area and shelving. What I really like about this, and you can see, and let me pull back a little bit, is look how high the doors are. So that's got to be at least, that's probably 10, maybe 9 or 10 feet. So over here to the right, we have a bedroom. So decent size. They got a queen, or somewhat of a queen in there. Nice plantation shutters in there too. And then we got underneath the stairs, got a little bit of storage there too. That might be a little cool little place for the dogs. Make a little hangout for them, put some beds under there. So got a little hall tree area, kind of like a mud room. And this should go out to the garage. Yes, it does. So we got your 2-car right here. This is, yeah, that should be the well stuff on the other side as well. It's on a shared well, so. Then we got the furnace, the rest of the well stuff. It's built in 2019, so all of that stuff is gonna be new. And here's a nice 3/4 bath in here. Nice high ceilings again in all the rooms. Beautiful finishes in here. Nice little linen closet. And then, you know, we got the shower, nice vanity. Okay, so let's take a look upstairs. They got little lighting here along the side, which is pretty cool. Nice big window here, and it looks like it's got some sort of shade ability on it, like maybe it's remote controlled. So on the left here, this looks like this might be the primary, so nice size in here. Oh, this is a pretty sweet bathroom. So Keith, you'll like that. Nice soaking tub, nice walk-in shower. Look how high that thing is. That's really nice. Double vanities, huge walk-in closet. So tons of space in here, and it goes up even higher too. So really nice ensuite. You know, not a huge primary, but it's big enough, so. And over here, we probably have, this should be like a linen closet, I'm assuming. Yep, linen closet. And then we got laundry room here. Nice storage, a lot of room for everything. And then here's the other bedroom, which also has an ensuite. So that's really nice. You got 2 bedrooms with an ensuite. And this one also has a little walk-in closet area too. So you got the full shower there and the bathtub. Really nice size rooms. And then that's it for up here. So, you know, kind of a small upstairs area, but the space is used really, really well. So, so there's your one, there's your second one, and then that one on the bottom, I guess would be considered the third. So let's take a look at anything else we have missed. I think we got everything here on. Okay, so this is the third one. So you got this one, the 2 up front, and then up top, and then you have this other room over here, which technically could be a bedroom, but since it's on a septic, it's probably a 3-bedroom septic, so you can't market it for that. But I really like their, I don't know what kind of artwork that is, some kind of like sheet metal, but it's really nice. It works really well in here. So you got 2 different exits out to the backyard. So, all right, let's go out the front door here. So I'm not going to do a separate video since I can just keep this one going. So it's off of Meridian. It's far enough off the road because you're kind of you're in the woods here. So you really can't hear the road at all from back here. But let me show you where I came in. So it curves around that way, so that's where I came in. So you got a little shed over there. You got some trails. I'll walk down there a little bit. Let's see what else we got going on here. It's beautiful out here today. It's like 81 degrees. Nice little breeze. So yeah, that's where you come in. So you're kind of close to the neighbor there. I actually just met him. He walked over with a jar of preserves or something and some money. So I guess it was for the owner, but really, really nice old guy. He had a little dog with him. So, but that's the gate that you come in. It's got a code and everything. And then you come up here, like there's a little cutout area. I don't know if maybe you can probably use it for some sort of like RV or something. But when I came in, I drove over to the right there, which brings you around to the front of the house. And then over to the left here, even more space. This would make more sense like an RV area. And the rocks on here are much more compact, so it looks like they use this area more. So it's got a Generac generator, which is good. And here's your propane tank as well. So, and we got the heat pump with AC. That door comes out from the garage, and then there's your access to the crawl space. So you are in somewhat view of pretty close to the guy's house there, but it looks like it's just an older guy by himself. So I don't foresee that being a big problem. There's a little bit of a walkway coming through, like a little trail here to his house. So here is that. Oh, I didn't get a chance to show you when I was up there, but you have your own private deck off the on primary, so that's really nice. And then you got the hot tub underneath, and nice little outdoor area here. Like this would be a good opportunity to put, well, you have the chimney thing right there, yeah. So, but this would be a nice like covered area as well. Put a deck in or something like that. And then this is around the other side of the house. And that's the shop over there. We'll take a look at that too. So let's see if this is open. Looks like it's just a, normal run-of-the-mill shed. So that one's locked. I don't know. Let me try to go was one other key that was here. Now, so the other key is probably for the shop. So keep taking a look here. So here's their chicken coop. It's in really good shape, honestly. They got a bunch in there. What's up, guys? Yeah, they got a bunch in there. So, and then this area kind of goes down a little bit. There's, it looks like there's some kind of pipe coming out this way. So it's got a wire on it. I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Maybe they were trying to put in some sort of water feature or something, because they kind of dug down a little bit. There's also a wire coming up out of the ground here. Wondering what that's for. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, they got it capped off, but it's coming from up that way. So I think because just by the way they're looking, or the way they were digging here, it looks like they're doing some sort of water feature, or they were trying to do something. I can ask the listing agent for that. So they've got some recent like marks on the ground. They have a little bulldozer thing over there. So so this property is just a long rectangle. It's hard to tell from the map, but I don't know for sure if this shed or if this garage is on this property. I don't think it is. Just because of how wide the property is. So it goes a little bit closer to where there's like a fence post. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So that fence post might be like part of the property line. Don't know for sure, but just because of where we are in the house and it being a perfect rectangle, a couple of feet on each side of the house, and then goes straight back this way up into the road. So you can't hear the road noise from the house. You can faintly hear it right now, but we're getting up closer to it. So yeah, and everything around here, it's for the most part somewhat flat. It's not 100% flat, but they haven't really done anything with it, so it's very overgrown. And it looks like they recently were taking down some trees here. So right here, so I'm pretty far away from the house right now, and now is where I'm starting to hear the road noise. So it's not too bad. Yeah, so there's a fence right there. And then that shed, so that's part of the other person's property. So that's going to be approximately the property line there. Let's go sneak a peek up in this 2-car garage, see if that's part of this one. I don't think this is, because it looks like it's a separate road. Yeah, so there is a road up here. So I believe this probably belongs to the other property, because the road comes from there. It goes into right here. And this is obviously not the same design as the house. And then the road curves around that way. So that's going to belong to their property over there. Some dead blackberries, but they still got thorns on them. All right, so let's go back up and take a look at that big shop they got. And there's no HOA around here, so it's one of the reasons why they have chickens. All right, take it easy. I think like the owners probably do some sort of construction, as they have a Bobcat, another smaller machine too. So it's hard to tell from here, but there is some standing water down there. That's not going to be on this property. It's going to be on the other one, but it slopes down pretty significantly, so not a flood hazard. And this rock that's in this area looks fairly new. It's kind of soft to drive on, so it's not compacted yet. So they probably just replaced it. Although, to be honest, maybe there's that standing water. So I wouldn't really consider it like a pond. It's just more like a big puddle. But this shop is on the property, and, you know, coming straight back, it's going to come straight back off of the side of that. So that probably is part of it. But I don't think that garage is. So I'll double check with the agent. Let's see. So we got outside, beautiful landscaping, gardens and acres of privacy are abundant. A detached steel garage / shop is ideal for hobbies, storage, or business needs, which is going to be that one. Country living, just minutes from local schools. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't say anything about that other one. So that other one is probably on that other property. You can see they got their Bobcat and their other machine here. Nice and quiet out here, to be honest. You know, even with that neighbor kind of close, it's not very loud at all. So, kind of like a covered RV parking space. I mean, that's not as high as the doors there. The doors are probably another foot or so, 2 feet higher, but good covered storage area. And then these really high doors are good for that too. I'm assuming the entrance is on the other side here. Yeah, so it's got a heat pump out here too, which is good. They actually did a pre-inspection and they provided it in the supplement, so I can send that to you guys. I'll be honest, it's probably one of the cleanest inspection reports I've seen in a while. Not many major things at all. One of the things they said about this was I think it was kind of shaky. Yeah, so that just needs to be stable. They put it up just to get it off the ground. So behind everything, you know, I don't know how far back the property line goes. So it's 600. So on the left side of the property, it's 659 feet, and then 665 on the right. So don't know the exact lines. There's no discernible thing back there. So, but you know, you're not really using much behind this shop. So, all right, let's see what we got in here. Switch behind the door. All right, it's pretty sweet in here, honestly. So this is huge, and it's insulated all the way around too. So you got 2 big ceiling fans up there. They're obviously using this as a shop as well. So, I mean, this is a pretty cool area. There's your mini split. So keep it nice and cool during the summertime. So you can see they've been using it as a wood shop. So it's pretty cool. They got a lot of stuff there. So a lot of planks and stuff. But yeah, it's a really, really nice, and you can't hear anything outside. Like it's definitely nice and sealed up in here. So definitely could be an ADU as well. I mean, you can make it with a loft as well. So, you know, if you wanted to build like this nice oasis for your mom, this would be a perfect spot for it. So, and this is a pretty decent sized shop. I don't know, they didn't put it in how big it is in the listing, but, and they have a 50 amp, additional 50 amp hookup next to the shop. There's also one next to the house as well. So, this is a great shop. And like I said, super quiet, very well insulated. It's nice and warm in here too. Okay, so let me take a look at the map real quick and see. So we came in the driveway. So it looks like, just from the map itself, so that the house is kind of right in the center of, or at least it's a little bit below. So the marker's in the center, but the house is a little bit below that. So it looks like it's more or less like kind of this direction where it's long ways. Because that road that I walked back behind is on the left there. So that was on the back of the property. So that would be that way. Sorry, I'm getting my directions turned around. So, but yeah, I mean, decent sized property. Can't really hear the road at all. Like, this would be something too where like this nice open area here, but it's also plenty of trees as well. You really can't see the house on the other side of that. So there's a lot of opportunity. Like, as long as that's, you know, buildable down there, perfect spot to put an ADU if you didn't want to use the shop for that. Let's see what else. We'll walk back up towards the house. But yeah, I mean, beautiful modern finishes on the house. Outside looks good. Like I said, they did a pre-inspection, and it was one of the cleanest inspection reports I've ever seen. There's only a couple of things. One of them was the heat pump I showed you that was sitting on that piece of wood. It was kind of loose. Let's take a look up over this way. Yeah, so the property is definitely going to be the long way here, because where that, it might be hard to see, it'll be a little blurry, but where the road comes in, that's down towards the bottom of it there. Let's take a look up over here. This is probably for the well. There's a little bunny rabbit over there. Have a door on this thing. No, they don't. Yeah, that's most probably for the well. And then this is the same color as the house, so this is going to be part of it too. So this could be a nice area for the ADU as well. You know, clear out some of these trees here. They're not terribly high. That one's kind of high, but the rest of these are not. So that'd be a good, close enough to the house, but, you know, far enough to give your mom some privacy. Let her, you know, do her thing. So this is probably the end of the line here. Roughly, anyway. Yeah, so they got a little trail there. Yeah, so they got a little pink stake here. So that's probably what the owners did, but also there's a pretty cool old beat up car or truck over here, and there's a car over here too. So yeah. So this is going to be roughly the property line, because they got the little chicken wire fence going up towards the front, and then once you get up over there to where that little white sign is, that's the entrance gate. So yeah, so that's it for this. I'd have to look at the comps to see how it's listed, but just hit the market. And then I don't know if I told you this, but the listing agent, she used to work in my office, and she actually sent me a TikTok of her media person did a video of it, and she sent it to me like the day after you guys sent me this home. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I reached out to her today and talked a little bit, and she sent me a whole list of upgrades and stuff. So I'm going to I'll send you that, and then I'll send you the inspection report, and I'll look at the comps. But, you know, just because of the condition of the house and, you know, the location and, you know, everything, like, we got this huge shop, like, I think it should go fairly quick. So, but we'll see what the comps look like. So I'll send that to you guys in a little bit. Let me know what you think.